In this next section on resolving time card exceptions, we're going to look at how we access employee time cards. At times, you must edit employee time cards that are not exceptions based. Access your employees' time cards from the Reconcile Time Card Genie. So you'll see here, Reconcile Time Card at the top. In the Reconcile Time Card Genie, click on the time period drop-down menu, and in this case, we're going to want to work with the current pay period. So we click on the current pay period, and you can see that that changes the punches that show up in the employee field below. In this case, we want to work with all of our employees, so we're going to select all rows, and you'll see that highlights all of the employees. Now we want to go to their time cards. So we're going to go over to this Go To icon, which takes you to a series of different options. In this case, we're going to look at time cards, so click on time cards. And that takes you to all of the individual time cards for each of your employees. So you'll see this one is Henry Adams. If you were to scroll through, it would take you one by one through your employees. The other option is to click on the drop-down menu, and you see your entire list of employees here. In this case, we want to work with Ellie Brooks. So we're going to click on Ellie Brooks, and now you'll see that we've moved to Ellie Brooks' time card. In order to do the next step, I have to X out of this, go back to the exercises, and I'm going to show you how to add a labor account transfer to an entire shift that Ellie worked. So now you'll see that when we go back into the time cards, we are working with Ellie Brooks' time card. Ellie worked her entire shift on Wednesday in the PG3 account template. In order for her hours to be allocated correctly, you must perform a labor account transfer in the time card. So we're going to find the date that we're talking about, which is Wednesday, 8/17, and we're going to click on the transfer window. And here you'll see both a drop-down menu and a couple of different options here. Ordinarily, if you click on the drop-down menu, it will take you to any pre-assigned transfer codes. In this case, we're just going to do a search. So we click on search, and we know that we need to click on the account template for the work that she did. So we click on the down arrow, and that gives us either the option to do a smart search or to click on one of the codes available. So in this case, we're just going to go to the smart search field, and we're going to enter PG3. And let's see if I can get it to PG3. There we go. And when we're done with that, we're going to click Tab. And now you can see that there's the code. So we select the labor level entry for PG3. And then we click Apply. We can see now that it shows up in her time card. But again, in order to save this into the system, we have to go up to Save. So we click on Save, and that will run it into the system. And we are complete. So now we're going to look at how we add a labor account transfer to a partial shift. So in this case, Henry Adams worked the last 2 hours of his shift on Wednesday in PG3 account template. In order for his hours to be allocated correctly, you must perform a partial labor account transfer in the time card. So, once again, we go up here and you can see that we are still in Ellie Brooks's time card, having done the transfer of her entire shift. But now we need to work with Henry Adams. So we're going to click the employee drop-down menu and click on Henry Adams, and you'll see that it immediately takes us to his time card. So we click the plus sign just preceding Wednesday the 17th. So here's the date and here's the plus sign. When we click on the plus sign, it automatically adds another row so that we can add multiple things to the same date of a day worked. So now you'll see that we have the second row, and so we click in the in punch box and we enter 1500 for the hour that he started working on that. Then we click tab and you'll see that the window turns orange. So then we click on the transfer cell, and again you'll see that familiar drop down, and we click on the labor entry for PG3. It automatically populates into the orange window, and when we click save, you'll see that now 1500 shows up here with the new pay code. So again, if you want to add or change to a partial shift, simply click on that plus sign and it will give you an extra row. If you realize that you have made a mistake and you want to get rid of that row, simply click on the X and that row will disappear. So now we're going to look at adding a work rule transfer to a shift. So we're going to click on our exercises, and now we're back into Henry Adams' time card. So we're going to work this time with Mandy Carter. Mandy Carter was called to work on Monday. Transfer her entire shift to the called back guarantee 2 hours work rule. So we're going to click again on the employee field, and we're going to look for Mandy Carter. Click on Mandy, and it takes us immediately to her pay card. So we're going to click on the transfer cell for Monday the 15th. And again, you see that drop-down menu. When you get there, we're going to click on search, and search takes us again to a menu of options for transferring. In this case, we're looking for a work rule. So we're going to go to the transfer drop-down menu. Nope, we're going to click on work rule. And you see that you've got the callback guarantee 2 hours. So we're going to click on apply. Oops, you have to highlight it. So we're going to highlight that. We're going to click on apply. You'll see that the guarantee 2 hours shows up. And then we click save. And that's how we do that.